Hey guys, it's Damien Pace Tutorials here, and I'm here with a tutorial on how to make a glossy orb effect like what you see here. Alright, so let's begin with the tutorial. First off, make sure that you have Gimp open because it's a Gimp tutorial. You need Gimp open. Go to File and select New. Alright, make sure your width is set to 1000 pixels and your height is set to 1000 pixels as well. And then click OK. Alright. Now what we have here is a 1-to-1 square, so this can be pretty even. Okay, so let's begin. Go to your ellipse tool right here, and starting in the top left corner, make a circle that fills up the majority of your image right here. And move the circle around if you want to get it in the middle. You can adjust it to how you want. Just make sure that's a perfect circle. Alright, now that we have this circle, we're going to go to our blend tool right here, or the gradient tool. Double click it to open up your tool options. And now we're going to have to change some stuff in here. Make sure adaptive super sampling is checked. Make sure your offset is set to 20. You can keep the adaptive super sampling settings to normal. Make sure that your shape is set to radial. And make sure that your gradient is set to FG to BG, or foreground to background. Alright. Now, right here, your foreground and background, it should be black and white. For foreground, actually, instead of making it black, make it a really dark gray. And for your background, just make it white. So that we have that effect right there. Alright, so now that we have that, start from the bottom of your circle, hit Control to make it a straight line, and go all the way to the top of your circle and let go. Alright, now that we have this little circle right here, let's go to Select, and then we're going to go to Shrink, and click it. Okay, we're going to shrink by 30 pixels, and then click OK. Alright, now what we want to do now is hit the Delete button, and we're going to start from the top, and then go straight to the bottom, doing the same steps. So, click at the top, hold Control, go all the way down to the bottom, and let go. Alright, the effect's starting to come in. Now what we want to do is we're going to go back to Select and then back to Shrink, and this time we're going to shrink it by 10 pixels, and then click OK, and now we're going to delete it. Okay, so now you got the ring, which will be surrounding our inside, which we're going to get to right now. So make sure that you still have your blend tool selected. Go to Tool Options by double clicking it. Okay, so now we're going to change all the settings back to normal. So make sure your offset is to 0. Uncheck adaptive super sampling. Make sure that your shape is still set to radial because it's going to be for the nice little effect. And make sure that your gradient is still foreground to background. Okay, for your foreground color, you want to make it a, just choose any color. For this tutorial, I'm going to use red. For your background color, make sure that it's a darker shade of the background or foreground color. Alright, so now that we have that, make sure your gradient is actually set to FG to BG RGB, so you don't get that rainbow mess up right there. I'm actually going to make this a bit darker. Alright, so we're just going to go in the middle of the circle, and then work our way up to the top. So we have the radius of the circle selected pretty much, and then we're going to let go. And there's how you make the inside of the circle. As you can see, it's a bright red, and then it fades out to like a darker, a black shade to make it look like there's like a little shadow on it. And it makes it have a little bit of like a bulged out 3D effect. Alright, so we're not done yet. We still got to do one more thing, and that's to add the gloss into our orb. Now you want to go to your ellipse tool, and you're going to make a little ellipse at the top of your circle, just like that. You're going to go to Blend, select that. You're going to change the shape to linear, and make it FG to transparent. For your color, you want your foreground to be set to white, and basically all you have to do now is you drag from the top of the circle down all the way past the bottom, and then go to Select and then select None, and there you go. we have a little gloss right there. If you don't want to be so intense, you can also, just Control Z that. You can also start from the top and go to the middle, or above the top and go into the middle. And that's the less intense one. You guys can choose whatever you want to do. I'm going to choose the less intense because it looks a bit better. Okay, one more gloss effect, and all we have to do is set that to the bottom. So same thing, go to your ellipse and make a little ellipse under it. You can make this a different shape that fits the bottom. I'm just going to make it a bit bigger than the one at the top. And I'm going to move it over a bit. Same thing, make sure that you have blend tool selected, FG to transparent, linear, and your foreground is white. Start from the bottom, just under the bottom, and then work your way into the middle. Then we're going to go to select and then select none. And there you go. That is the gloss effect right there. You can add whatever you want into the inside, like you can add text. Like I'm going to just add my initials right here. And I'm going to put it in a different font. Slant. If you want to get this font, just go onto defont.com and then search slant. Gonna move that up a bit. And there you go. So now we have our glossy orb, and that's pretty much it. Now, if you add anything to the into the orb, basically just make sure that it's merged down into the background layer. Or if you have multiple layers, go to layer and then actually no, it's not layer, it's image. Go to image and then select flatten image, and that flattens everything down onto one layer. So now we have the glossy orb. If you want to export it, you go to file, select export or export to. I'm going to do export. Title it whatever you want. I'm just going to title it Glossy Orb. You can make it a PNG, BMP, JPG. I'm going to set it JPG because it makes it, we already have a white background. And also it makes it less, the file size will be a lot less. So basically what we do, make sure you set to whatever file you want. I'm going to set mine to desktop. Okay, I'm going to export. It is now exporting to the desktop. Make sure that your quality is whatever. I'm going to set to 100% quality. Alright, now let's export it. Now, here is the orb on the screen right here, as you can see. If you enjoyed this tutorial and it helped you out make something pretty good, pretty cool and awesome, please give it a like, share to your friends that use Gimp and make images in it. And also, most importantly, subscribe, because this really helps me out a lot if you subscribe to my channel. So I will see you guys in the next tutorial. So see you guys. Bye.